What's going on, Sixers fans? I've been saying this for a little while now. Last night made this absolutely clear and evident to all viewing eyes. The Philadelphia 76ers have a major problem right now, and if they want to be a true contender, we need to fix this problem. Before jumping into the video, I want to say, like the video. You know, why not? Let me grow. Let me get out to more people so more people can join the community and join the family and drop comments and have a lot of fun at live streams. We've been having a lot of fun on them lately. We're having a blast. The community is growing. Join while you can. That being said, let's get into it. The bench has been absolutely terrible the last month or so. Philadelphia 76ers started really, really well this year, and that was due to the fact that we had performances from bench guys that was kind of out of their normality of play. The bench was incredible at the very beginning of the first 9 games when we kind of went on that stretch of just playing outside of their mind. Since then, however, it's come back down to earth, and the Philadelphia 76ers' major problem over the past 3 years now is the exact same problem as it is this year. The lack of bench, man. We have really yet to surround Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid with just a good supporting cast, like a really good supporting cast. Don't get me wrong, our starting 5 is really, really good, right? Seth Curry is a very good acquisition. He had a bad game last night, but dude, shooters shoot. Steph Curry has games like that. It happens. I'm not down on Seth. I'm not saying he had a bad. He had a bad game, but I'm not gonna say he's a bad player after last night. I got all the faith in the world that man is gonna return where he's been all year, shooting the basketball. We have guys like Tobias Harris who we clearly missed last night, and I think a lot of people now are understanding the appreciation that I've had for Tobias because the team's not the same without him either. It's not the same without Ben, it's not the same without Joel, but it's not the same without Tobias either. Those 3 guys are extremely important together, you know? They're good individual players, but together, that's what makes the Sixers, and without one of them, it's going to be really hard to win a basketball game, and the bench has been terrible. The bench has been so terrible, and it really hurts because I had high hopes for it. I knew it wasn't full. You know, I knew we had room to grow because, first of all, that's how Daryl Morey goes. We're not going to get complacent with a roster. And though we started off hot, it was not against the greatest of strength of schedule, right? We played some bad teams, and we got some wins that we could have turned losses. So, but I was still high on it. Shake Milton bursted out of the gates at the beginning of the season. I made so many videos about how this kid's going to be legit, and I still think he's going to be legit. But he's come back down to earth the past couple of weeks, and he's not bringing consistent scoring. He's not bringing super consistent play. Defensively, he did not have a good game last night, and it definitely showed because he played a lot, and just defensively, it wasn't great. His help defense needs a lot of work. But though I'm saying that, I'm still the biggest Shake Milton supporter because I think that kid's going to be a super legit 6th man, super legit 7th man for the rest of his career, and that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing. He can be like a Lou Williams type player. We have like 7 guys right now that are contending rotational players. We got the starting 5, though Danny Green is not a starter on a contender, and that I think is an issue that we may address, and I hope we address, right? I think Danny Green is a good contending piece. There's no doubt about it. He is a really good player to have on a championship team, but he's not a starter. He's just not a starter. He's a guy that can give you 15 to 20 minutes a night, and we're playing him too much, and we're not going to be able to do that for much longer until he just tires the hell out. He's too old for that. So we got the 5 starters who are all contender players, obviously. I don't have to talk about it. But then we have Shake Milton as an offensive specialist to come off the bench and play like a Lou Williams role. That's just what Shake's going to be, right? He's going to lack defensively. At least this year, we know he's going to be lacking defensively. But offensively, he needs to bring at least 15 a night. He needs to. And he hasn't been doing that lately. We have Matisse Thybulle. That makes it 7. And he's a defensive specialist. He is just a strictly defensive specialist. He's not a guy that you should be playing 25 minutes a night. He's a guy that can be playing 15 to 20 minutes on a contending team because of the defensive, absolute shutdown anchorness. I made that up of Matisse Thybulle. Guys who should not be playing on a contending rotational team just cannot be playing is Furkan Korkmaz. This man cannot play basketball. He can't. Do not let his one quarter of last game or 2 games ago when he had 16 points fool you, because this man is not good at basketball. Defensively, he is arguably the worst defender on the entire team. I don't trust him defending a single player, and other teams take advantage of it every single time down the court. Isaac Okoro burnt Furkan Korkmaz all night last night. Darius Garland, when he got switched on Korkmaz, he blew past them. They took advantage of it was whoever offense. Whoever Furkan Korkmaz was guarding, they were taking advantage of it. That man should never be getting minutes on a contending team. I cannot stand why, and he calls himself a three-point specialist, but the man can't shoot. He is not a good shooter. He will have one quarter every 4 games where something goes in, but other than that, he's got nothing. He is not a clutch. He actually had a pretty big game winner against the Portland Trailblazers, but I don't trust him in the fourth quarter hitting down shots. I don't trust Korkmaz in the game at any point. That is my transition into Mike Scott. Mike Scott should not even be in the NBA for the amount of actual work and production that he brings into a team. And the fact that he's seeing minutes lately is just like that biggest red flag for Daryl Morey, that to know that he needs to make a goddamn move. He needs to make a move. And I'm glad now that we've kind of let this team run out the way it is for the past couple of weeks especially, because if anything, it's just making it more and more clear that our bench needs goddamn help. It needs help. And Mike Scott is so bad. He is a guy who can play 20 minutes a night and you won't even know he played. That's embarrassing. This man can stand in the corner and catch the ball 3 times, pass it right back to the guy who passed it to him. Bro, where's the offense in that?'He's like the dude on the 7th grade team that's too scared to be out there and playing with the big boys. That is what Mike Scott is. Mike Scott looks like he's too scared to play with guys. Bro, you're 6'9", 230. You should be battling to get rebounds. I understand you're a stretch 4, so shoot. So shoot the ball. If your MO is you're a stretch 4, then put up shots, but he doesn't even shoot. What is he? What is Mike Scott to a team? What does he do that brings a positive, statistic for the team? He doesn't get assists. He cannot rebound to save his life, and he's a power forward. He is a power forward. Just go down and pretend to get a rebound. I don't think I've ever seen a game when Mike Scott had anything close to 10 rebounds in a game. Ever. And I get now that his minutes are lower, but I don't even think I see him get 5. Bro, you're playing 20 minutes a night. You're 6'9", 235, and you can't get at least 5 rebounds? It shows the energy and the lack thereof for Mike Scott, because he has 0 energy. He just runs from corner to corner and just does nothing. Mike Scott cannot play on a contending team, let alone any team in the NBA. And the contract that we signed him to last year has absolutely killed us, because that man's not worth $5 million. He needs to get traded ASAP. If there is a team dumb enough to take on Mike Scott, do it. And my last 2 guys are Tyrese Maxey and Isaiah Joe, who cannot be getting minutes right now. Don't get me wrong. I am a huge supporter of both Tyrese Maxey and Isaiah Joe. I love Isaiah Joe. I think Isaiah Joe has the potential to be a legitimate 3-point specialist in his career with a little bit of combo guard skill, because he can dribble better than I think most people realize. Isaiah Joe has a super pretty shot, and it looks like it's always going in. It's like Seth Curry. It looks like it's always going in. Every shot he takes is a good shot. Furkan Korkmaz, on the other hand, never shoots good shots. That man looks like he only shoots contested 3-pointers from 2 feet beyond the 3-point line. Stop doing it, bro. Just stop doing it. It's not going in. I don't want you to do your step-back threes. None of it works. That's why I like Isaiah Joe, because Isaiah Joe just looks like he's going to make the shot when he shoots. And he's a good player. Defensively, I think he's getting better and better, and I love the progression that I've already seen in a guy like Isaiah Joe. That being said, he's not a rotational player on a contending championship team right now. And as much as I love seeing the young guys grow, we need to realize as a community right now that potential, put that on the back burner right now, bro. We need to win now. This is the team. We need to win now. Tyrese Maxey is the same story with me with Isaiah Joe. It's the same story. I think Tyrese Maxey has even higher ceiling. I think I see him as a similar player to De'Aaron Fox, a little bit more of a finesse De'Aaron Fox, and that's super high praise. De'Aaron Fox is an all-star. He should be an all-star. De'Aaron Fox is a premier point guard, and he has had an explosion of a year, and that's what I see Tyrese Maxey as possibly being one day. But Tyrese Maxey is not a player who should be developing on a contending team right now. And it sucks because I love when Tyrese Maxey gets minutes. I love when he is getting better and better, but he makes too many errors. He just doesn't bring enough to a contending team, and there's nothing wrong with that. We literally just drafted him. We can't expect a rookie to come in and be an eighth man on a championship team. That is so impossibly hard to ask of anyone. Tyrese Maxey had 39 points in a game against the Nuggets when everyone else was out. Why? Because he has that mentality. Tyrese Maxey is going to be a really legit combo guard for the Philadelphia 76ers for the next 8 years at least. I am a big supporter of Tyrese Maxey, but this year is not the year. We need to understand that. We need to understand that. I like that they just brought Isaiah Joe back down to the G League. We need to win now. And I'm not saying go out and make some crazy big trade, for Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we are bench pieces away from being a championship team. That is how close we are to the Sixers right now. That's how close we are. If we get 3 more just good, legit bench players, like a George Hill, DeLon Wright, Kyle Lowry maybe, but that's just going to dig in even deeper to our bench. But we need bench guys. We need a stretch 4. Maybe we can sign Belizia if he gets bought out. We always need more shooting. We need more shooting. The buyout market's going to be there. Daryl Morey, I think, understands better than anybody. There are moves to be made to win. And that's why, after all of this ranting, I am unbelievably excited for the deadline because I know whatever the move is, Daryl Morey made the right one. Go Sixers.